Previously on Survivor Boston. After Marlon lost his closest ally, Anna saw an opportunity to lock him down as a number.
I kind of went in there with like a big age proposition. I was like, he's a really big threat. He wins a lot of challenges. I'm down for him to go home.
But it proved ineffective compared to Anissa's damage control as she successfully pulled Marlon back to her side. At the immunity challenge, the players were faced against an array of different foods for an eating challenge.
I feel like I just say it like placenta.
Doesn't it? Did it taste like blood to you?
Like, yeah.
Like metallic?
Yeah, yes.
Ew.
Like placenta.
Zach proved he was able to stomach it all for the win.
Zach wins immunity!
Wow.
With Zach immune, the original Katai members consisting of Big H, Anissa, Hallie, and Jackie teamed up with Marlon to take out Zach's closest ally left in the game.
11th person voted off and 6th member Bridger. Anna.
Sending Anna home with Zach's hidden immunity idol still in her pocket. 6 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Anna, my closest ally, just went home. She would take me to the end no matter what. Like she would make decisions for the good of both of us. I think she was the last person in this game that was that for me. So without her in the game, I was like, crap, I'm really at the bottom now.
This tribal council, I was really nervous because I knew my name was being thrown out there as like a pawn. And I was scared about that, and I tried to like see if I could change people's minds about that, but people were kind of set on saying my name because other than Anissa, I'm a really big threat. So in order to ensure my safety, I kind of like said like, let's say Anna uses her immunity, then I would obviously go home. So I was like, if we put Marlon's name out there, I'll have 2 votes and he'll have 2 votes. So then if worse comes to worse, Old Katai can vote him out rather than myself. There is a big possibility that Marlon will come for us, but I feel like since he is on like the edge right now, like he's not in Old Katai and we're like the majority right now, he's probably gonna do anything he can to like stick with us.
Basically, Marlon did not know that he was the backup to go home, which was kind of embarrassing that like he had to figure that out. But we really couldn't risk the fact that Anna might have an idol. So we had to put 2 votes on someone, and it just ended up being Marlon. I ended up voting for Anna though because Jackie wouldn't vote for Anna. I think Marlon was a little bit offended. Marlon could make a move against someone on Katai, more likely Big H and not me probably. But definitely that's something Marlon would end up doing just to save himself.
I kind of felt bad about it because I had been talking to Anna and I had been talking to Zach, and obviously like I had to like leave them out of that plan. But at the same time, like she did have an idol and she was starting to become a pretty dangerous player. And if I shifted my alliance to Anna and Zach, I don't know if I would have made it as far. I feel like I'm in a hard spot right now because on one hand, I do in a lot of ways trust Zach. Because I do think I'm kind of like the person he trusts the most because I'm the only person left he can trust. And I do want to work with him, but at the same time, I know that it's probably not a good move for me game-wise to, like, side with him.
You done screwed yourself up, Anna. Please don't ever put that in. You darn flipped yourself over. You should have played it. You just crazy. Yeah, that was a crazy tribal. No chance for Katia at this point. Yeah, you should have been more unified from the beginning. Oh my god, I feel like an asshole. Okay. I literally, like, I have no, like, authority to be like, oh, we're winning, because I never made any big moves, and I'm just a pawn. I feel like the numbers, if I wanted to flip, the numbers would not be in my favor anyway. And, like, trying to convince Katai to vote another Katai out, like, I've tried to convince them to vote me out, and that didn't work.
Awesome. All right.
6.
First things first. Zach, I will take back immunity.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs.
For today's challenge, there are 4 separate rooms on this floor where there are a bunch of items stationed in them. You have to run to each room, count those items in the station, and then come back. And then you're going to list those items plus the sum at the end. So the number of each of the items at each station, and then the sum at the end. So it's basically all about counting it up and then getting the sum at the end.
Survivor's ready. The paper has your names on it, by the way. Go. Everyone already running into different directions, and now we are alone. Charlie, do you think I'm cute?
That was me!
What? What is the law? Okay. Stop.
Zach, first one running back, running to his paper. Gonna mark down what he's got. He is writing down number. The only question is that number right? Flipping his paper over, that's
Wait, so can I say the station I went to and then the number I thought I
You don't have to say the
You don't have
station.
to say the station.
Oh,
The
okay.
numbers just have to be in the order of count. Marlon gets his first number. Jackie writing down her first number. Are they right though? That's the
Jackie
question.
not writing, Jackie wrote down.
What? Yeah.
Do you want to count together?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Back in, Gage coming back in.
Tell me what you got.
440.
What was 4?
40. That's
I got 43.
for 3?
Yeah, what'd you
Oh,
get?
that was 3. Never mind. I didn't get 4. I got 2 for 22. 22 for 2.
Marlon writing down 2 different numbers. Once again, the question is, are they right? Who knows? I mean, I know. But does he know? Almost a collision right at the door. Hallie back. Looking for her paper. She finds it. Okay. Hallie writing her first number or numbers. I can't tell. Zach is back.
Fuck. I forgot. Oh.
Hallie has 4 numbers. The question is she right with all those numbers? Zach is
check,
wrong.
but
We
I don't know
have
if
a
this is
check.
right.
Charlie's checking.
Where's the marker?
Check.
Jackie loses her markers, now grabbing the next.
Incorrect.
Check.
Fuck, what did I get wrong?
Zach has
Zach.
check. Hallie is incorrect, meaning she's gonna have to. figure
Zach
out
is
what
incorrect.
went wrong. Zach is also incorrect, meaning he has to figure out what he did wrong. You have 4 stations. We have a check. Stay where you are.
Where is it? You should have it all together.
Jackie, Anissa is incorrect. Marlon is back, clearly tired. Cole being a student, also running around at 11:30. Jackie is checking.
Incorrect.
Oh man. Who knows?
Jackie is incorrect.
I hope I got this. That would be bad.
Fuck, I can't do that.
Yeah, that did me. Incorrect.
Zach is incorrect yet again.
I got my answer.
Anissa, back up.
Where are your first 4? Oh.
Hallie is back.
Incorrect.
Anissa, incorrect yet again.
Okay.
Someone else, did you go check Helen?
Make sure you remember what number it is. Wait, this is number 2.
this
Are we
being her-
allowed to look at other people's?
Honestly, they left it open.
Okay.
What, is she looking at all of them?
You're allowed to.
You can do it too if you want.
I don't know. Mine is wrong.
Okay, I'll answer.
I don't know what numbers I just you got.
Big H comes back, forgets everything, and is heading back out. Remember, you only check.
Incorrect, Marlon.
Zach is up next. Zach, you want new paper?
Incorrect.
Yeah, sure.
Is this it?
Jackie. How am I missing the
Oh wait,
papers?
hold
Incorrect. Come on, guys. This is Emerson. You gotta know your math.
Anissa, you want more paper?
No, I think I gotta answer, but I've gotta like run.
Whatever.
Anissa's back again. Jackie's back.
Check.
again.
Check.
We have a check for Hallie first and then Jackie.
Oh yeah.
Incorrect.
Oh yeah.
on. Okay. Maybe I didn't come up wrong.
Anissa going after Jackie. Anissa, any paper?
Incorrect.
Check.
Okay.
Zach went
Anissa-
first.
These
then
are my
Marlon.
numbers. That's
Anissa,
my
Zach,
numbers.
Marlon.
Those are my numbers. That's my total.
27, 23, 42, 33, 125. Anissa wins immunity.
What?
Shot at winning this game.
I was a number away!
That was wild. No.
I was literally one number away.
Just glad someone got that.
3
I
times
totally forgot who won. Anissa, come on over.
Yay.
Thank you.
Anissa is safe at Tribal Council, guaranteed a 1 in 5 shot at winning this game. As for the rest of you, after months of playing this game, getting down to 6 people, one of you will be cut short and become the 6th member of the jury. You have until Friday to figure out who that is. Grab your stuff, head on out.
So I did not think I was gonna win that challenge, but I ended up working with Big H during the challenge, and that definitely helped me. But like personally, I did not feel like I needed to win that challenge.
My closest ally, or one of my closest allies, just went home. Like, I'm sort of at the bottom. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I was making somewhat big moves. I think they kind of saw through a lot of that. So I knew that they'd be gunning for me.
So what do you think for me?
I don't know. I don't really want to be the one to say anything because this is like a week I have immunity, so I don't want to like stir up anything.
Right, but at the same time, you do have like the most say, I would say.
Yeah. No.
At least in terms of me, especially, who has no one. Like, full disclosure, like, really don't have loyalty to anyone at this point.
Okay, so you basically vote anyone.
I'd vote anyone and like want to work with you because I feel like I'm one of the least powerful people in this game right now and you're one of the most. So like I'm just trying to get another week. Like I'm not even trying to like make it to the end if that's not your game plan, but
Yeah.
like just try to make it further.
I'm
is
just
all
trying to
really-
figure out like who I want to like have stay in the game, and like Big H is a big competition threat, and
Especially if it's a final 2 and he wins that final 3 challenge, he gets his pick of like who's voted
Exactly.
out, which is really scary.
And I feel like Zach is the biggest target right now because everyone else is working together, and it's not going to help us to keep Zach around because he's not going to vote with us anyway. So like in my opinion, I think Zach should be the next one to go home. It was awkward because he was like saying things to me about like how he respected my game, wanted to work with me. It was weird that we even had a conversation. Because we're the top 6, so it put down to top 5.
Right. I mean, if we vote out Marlon this week, there's less uncertainty, but if we vote out Big H, we break up the duo that is Jackie and Big H.
So do you think Marlon then?
I think
Because maybe we could convince, I mean we could easily convince Hallie. I tell Hallie what to vote every week and she listens.
Okay, I fully don't trust anything Anissa's told me. Her gameplay is weird because she just lies to some people and then tells the truth to others. It's not to me the smartest gameplay in terms of like, okay, you fully convinced me and now I'm putting my trust and my life in your hands and then you screw me over. It's just sort of a, like, I know you could be lying to me and it's like a 50-50% chance, so I'm just gonna err on the side of safety.
Well, whatever Marlon says, I'm gonna agree with
it, but just know that tonight I'm voting on it.
Okay.
And if that changes, I'll tell
All right, sweet.
Honestly, even though I really want Zach to go home, even right now, like, the biggest threat to my game is Jackie, because she's a likable person, and I don't think she's gonna go home anytime soon. Whereas Zach could go home whenever, and like people would have the votes for that. But like I think Jackie's gonna be in the game for a while.
All right. Okay, what's the deal? What's the deal for tonight? What's our deal in general? Like, right,
Exactly.
the three of us, what is our deal? The three of us. Because I talk to you every so often, and I also talk to you every so often. Do you guys ever talk?
No, we've never talked. I literally
this is
just
so exciting.
friended you on Facebook like a day ago, which I feel so bad about. But
No, I mean, it works both ways. So.
yeah.
Okay, the deal for me is ideally I would like Marlon to go home tonight. I don't know what other people are thinking, or if other people are close with. Are you guys close with Marlon? I'm kind of like he's like the outlier, and he's also like kind of a swing vote, right? That's how I feel.
Yeah, he's lied to me every time I've talked to him.
At this point, I think I should start making a big move. I would rather vote out Marlon in this vote because I think that if it were me, Anissa, Big H, Hallie, and Zach, maybe we could convince Hallie or Big H to like vote out Anissa or something, because I do think me and Zach work well together.
My thing is I'll do whatever you guys want to do. Like, I'd love to work with you guys towards the end. I think Anissa is still the biggest threat in the game, and as time goes along, Hallie is also an extremely big threat because she hasn't done anything. And literally...
But you think people would vote for that?
No, I think Anissa... now we're looking at a final two situation. Who better to sit next to than Hallie in the final two?
That's so true.
And
Because
then,
like no one would vote for Hallie.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't vote for Hallie.
I even like and so like the firstly I was like going in thinking like, okay, Anissa wants me to go home, which honestly at this point I have zero power in this game. Like, I've been fucked week after week. Like, I only care about making it like 1 week further. I'm not gonna make it to the end, and that's okay.
There is a big possibility that Marlon will come for us. He does work closely with Anissa, so it does scare me that he's closer to Anissa, because like Anissa and I have talked about who we want to get out next, and she kind of says sometimes that she'd rather keep Marlon than getting rid of him and like getting out Hallie instead of getting out Marlon. But like, I feel like that's scary because let's say like he ends up making it to the final three or something, he could always pick her instead of me if like he wins the competition.
I would just feel so much more comfortable if Marlon went home, because then it's like I know what you're thinking. I never know what Marlon's thinking, you know? Yeah. So it's like your motives are so clear and Marlon's are so unclear that I feel like to stay in the game he would just like vote with Anissa the way that Hallie is, and then they kind of have a majority against us. Yeah. So I think like I will do everything in my power to make sure that Marlon goes home tonight is kind of how I feel.
Right.
I don't know. Pro getting rid of Marlon is I don't really know Marlon, so I have no idea what's up with him. So I would know more what was going on, I think, if Marlon was gone as opposed to Zach. Out of his final six, I think I probably trust Big H the most. It's hard to say though, because on one hand I like want to trust Zach, but I don't know if I can, because I think that he's definitely like playing a really strategic game, and I think it'd be best for him to lie to me a little bit.
Okay, every time I played it safe in this game, it's fucked me over. Every time I've made a like big move, it's worked in my favor, at least individualistically. And I do want to remain loyal to Jackie, and like I think I can trust her more with what she says.
But tonight it is Marlon.
Tonight it's Marlon.
Yeah.
We had worked together, like me, Carly, Anissa, and Big H had kind of like formed kind of an alliance, and we kind of worked together. And so I'm basically just continuing on with that alliance. I have had no inkling to jump to the other side. The people on the other side of our tribe, I just feel like I don't really trust, and I haven't really had a lot of trust for. And you know, Jackie is, I don't know where I stand with her at all. I remember after the last tribal, just in passing, not even like we recorded or anything, she mentioned how like she was kind of worried for me. She thought that I was going to become a target because I was like one of Carly's closest allies in the game. She thought I was going to become a target real quick.
This is how I feel about it more, is I'm like, we have the super majority at this point. So I like don't like I guess for me I worry about Zach so little because he's so powerless. Like with Marlon, Marlon like freaks me out because I like have never talked to him, and I know that like I don't know, like maybe it's because he was working with Carly, like it just like freaks me out, and I don't think Zach is gonna win. I don't know. Theoretically, if I were going to win, I would need to pick a side and make a move. I think I would need to start playing a harder game. I don't know if at this point I might have like waited too long, and I don't know if I can do that anymore. Like because for me to make a big move, I would have to take out old Katai players. Because otherwise it's just kind of like we're just gonna pick off Marlon and Zach.
Right now we have Zach's trust about getting Marlon out.
Yeah.
So that if we got him out, he would never expect it. Whereas
That's
like
true.
in any other situation, like we don't have his trust.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and get out Marlon this week because right now we're not so worried about getting rid of Zach because he's not really great at competitions and he doesn't really have that many people on his side. But then like, I mean, it's not like I don't like Zach, but just the way our games worked out, there was really no way that we could ever work with each other. Obviously I was gonna vote for Zach and I wanted Zach to go home.
What's better for our game?
I think Marlon's
A good competitor though.
But he hasn't won anything.
He's gotten close.
But it's always been us.
You know, I'm tied for like the record number of individual immunities won.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and if I win another one, then I got the record. Like I'm down voting Marlon out, but then Zach can't win immunity.
The thing is, like, I just don't like I think.
Do you think that Jackie and Hallie will turn on me?
Hallie, no.
Jackie might, but Jackie doesn't have the numbers to turn on me right now.
She thinks she does. She thinks something. She doesn't think we talk.
Okay, so then the day that you guys plan to get me out, we really get Jackie out. Okay.
It would be a reason to get up Marlon right now would probably be that he's closer to Anissa than he is to me. So like, in the end, if it comes down to him having to pick someone or just like people turning on each other, like you never know in the final moments what people are gonna do, and she could turn on me because of him. I guess like to win the game, I feel like I would still want to stick with the Final Four as Katai because when it comes down to it, I feel like Hallie, I could convince Hallie to pick me, I could convince Jackie to pick me, and I know Anissa would pick me if it came down to it. So like basically Marlon and Marlon and Zach just need to go for now. I am having like some doubts on if I want to like sit next to Anissa at Final 2, if I want to sit next to Jackie at Final 2, because like we do have a Final 3 like alliance. I guess that decision will have to happen like when it comes to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good? All right, cool.
And now bringing in Anna, voted off at the last tribal council.
How did I not? She can see into the future.
Jury always knows how to hide.
It's so weird. Wow, that was good. Man, it's hot in here.
So, Zach, at the last tribal council, we talked about Anna now having the idol that you once had, and then she's voted off.
Right.
How is it? Where does this leave you at this point?
It leaves me with nothing at the bottom, which is scary, but I think honestly the bottom is sometimes a good place to be. I have like 100% agency, and like it's an argument in and of itself to be like, I've played a stupid game that has got me to this point. Why wouldn't you want to be facing that rather than real threats?
So you think you are in danger at this point?
Yeah, certainly, yeah.
Anissa, is that fair for Zach to assume that he's in danger at this point?
I mean, I guess it's fair to assume, but we also do realize that last week we voted out his main person. So right now everyone sitting in these chairs, like we're all threats, but like some people are bigger threats than others. And I think Anna going home made Zach less of a threat, but like obviously still a threat.
So then, Jackie, who are some new threats that may be arising then?
I suppose we're all kind of threats in our own respect. I guess like Anissa and Big H win a bunch of challenges, so they're threats in that respect. But then like I think Hallie is a threat because she's kind of like a dark horse.
Oh my god,
like,
thank you!
She's like,
I've always
I feel
wanted
like
to
she
be a
could like
threat.
rise to the occasion. I feel like Marlon is a threat in his own regard.
Are you saying all this just to give everyone like? Are you being truthful and saying that like everyone's a threat? Or are you just kind of saying it just to make it up? You know.
I just think everyone's so great.
But what is the criteria for identifying someone as a threat that you want to get out of this point?
I feel like what prevents me from getting to the final two is like not knowing where someone lies, if that makes sense, or just knowing that I couldn't beat them.
So speaking of not knowing where someone lies, Marlon, do you feel like you've been in communication with everybody in this game?
No.
No. Okay, so what does that make you feel unsafe going into this tribal?
I feel like I haven't really done anything to warrant me getting voted out. But because I haven't spoken to anybody, I just feel like that makes me an easy target.
Besides Zach, who feels like they are in danger of being voted out? No one.
Oh,
Hallie, why you?
I still think that there's like this attitude towards me that I like don't care.
Big H, last time I made it clear that we are going to a final two. How does that change things for you?
It makes you think like a lot more like what this week will do for your future moves. Like what we do now is setting up that final two, so we have to make the right moves for ourselves at this point.
So Anissa, you won immunity this week, and this is your third immunity this time. Do you feel like it's sort of painting you as a threat in a way?
Yeah, like obviously if people want to start winning challenges down the road, they might look to target me. Like I definitely don't feel comfortable just because I've won 3. Like it doesn't really mean anything for the future because all the challenges are going to be different. So it might like tap into skills that I'm not good at.
Zach, you've talked about being at the bottom at this point. So if it seems like all fingers are pointed at you, then if not you, then who else?
I've talked to people who I like want to work in this game with and like be a tool for and like I think that's the best thing I can be in this game at this point that's not out with the final two situation. Like you were saying, you look at it, the final 3, whoever wins the final 3 challenge gets their pick of who sits next to them in the final 2. That's a huge thing. That's enormous. That like changes the game thoroughly from a 3-person final to a 2. Like that person could see themselves next to someone who they would clearly win against and like decide their fate. And there's a lot of decisions to me, like looking as a future player or jury member, that I'm like, okay, I would respect if you took this person out now because that would mean that you've set up your game so much better, especially with the final 2.
All right, let's get to the vote. Anissa has immunity. You cannot vote for Anissa. Everybody else.
Before we get to the vote, I just wanted to do something really quick.
Yeah.
So I have the immunity, but no one knows I'm doing this. But I have no explanation. I'm just gonna give this to Marlon.
All right, so Marlon has immunity. Cannot vote for Marlon. Zach, you're rubbing your head right now.
Yeah.
Didn't see it coming.
That makes a lot of sense. She has the immunity idol she'll play on herself.
Maybe.
All right, let's get to the vote. Hallie, you're up first.
So I feel rogue. I'm going rogue.
You just gotta go. Sorry, Zach.
This is simply tragic. You all are a bunch of idiots. I hate you all. I don't think I'll continue conversation with many of you. Sorry, Hallie, this is just my only option at this point.
Sorry, nothing personal.
If anybody has the hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Actually, Charlie, I'm just kidding.
No.
Good night. That was my last.
That would have been so
gag.
good.
I want to play mine.
Can you explain what this is since it's a little bit different?
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew it wasn't after 2 votes.
Yeah, it's a legacy advantage. I can use it at the final 6 for immunity.
Alright, thank you.
I knew it. Go back.
Alright.
Oh, you're right.
Any votes cast for Anissa will not count. Votes. First vote. Anissa does not count. Hallie.
Sorry.
You're good, dude.
You're old.
Zach. 1 vote Zach, 1 vote Hallie. Zach. Twelfth person voted off in 6-member red jury. Zach.
You still have cool socks on today.
Yeah, Zach.
Zach.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
I took your job.
Zach, try this again.
That I have. Alright. Good luck,
Hey, we
everybody.
love you. We
So
enjoyed
good.
you.
Okay. I enjoyed you guys too.
Alright, final 5. You guys are on the home stretch. Only 3 of you will still be voted off until we get to the final 2. Grab your stuff and on out. Good night.
I'm proud of the game I played. I think I interestingly was like a lot more loyal to people than I thought I'd be. I thought I'd be more devious. I love the game of Survivor. I think it's genius and teaches people so much, like about relationships and trust and paranoia. There are people to me like Jackie and somewhat Big H who have played really loyal games. I think other people have lied and to some and told the truth to the other, which isn't complex, but we'll see what happens, who convinces me who's in the end. I'm excited for Final Tribal Council. It's been great playing with you.
Next time on the season finale of Survivor Boston, the final 5 go head to head until one person comes out on top as the sole survivor.